All right. My birthday was a few days ago, and I remember when it was like 12 in the morning on my birthday, I wrote 17 things that I learned by 17 because I just turned 17. And I just wanted to read them. First thing, what you put out comes back to you. If you give... Yeah, I don't know what my hair is doing or what's going on with it. Gotta fix it. I was gonna say, what you put out comes back to you. So like, I think everybody knows what this means. If you put out good vibes, you'll get good things back. If you put out love, even to people who are not very nice to you, you'll still get love back in one way or another, even if it's not through them. Number 2, what made you happy as a kid is exactly what will make you happy now. I think people think that when you get older, you mature and like you like different things and like that could be true when you like explore and you find something you like. But if you're like just trying new things just to say you have a hobby and just to say that you're trying new things, like why are you doing that? If you were a kid, you would be only playing with the toys that you wanted to play with. You would only be asking your mom or your dad or whoever to take you wherever you want to go. Like you wouldn't just do it to tell people that you were doing those things or playing with those toys. You would just do it because you wanted to. Same thing now. And if you don't know what makes you happy now, think about the things that made you happy as a kid. If it was Legos, go get more Legos. If it was drawing, do more drawing, which is all the case for me. I'm just speaking from my own examples. Number 3, your perspective is your entire life. What I meant by this one is that the way you see the world in your head is exactly how the world will be. If you change your head, you change the world around you, whether you realize it or not. If you start seeing things as like against you and like not going right for you, things will go against you and will not go right for you. If you start thinking in a way like over a period of time, like you need to be doing this every single day for months for it to actually be like a noticeable difference. But if you start thinking like, okay, my brain is so slow right now. I am capable of doing things, even if it's at a slow pace. I will get to where I want to be, then you will get to where you want to be. You know? Low power mode. Number 4, cherish the good days. I think it's pretty straightforward. You're having a good day, let it be a good day. Enjoy it, savor it. Like you're eating something really good and you're eating a really good sandwich, right? With a lot of sauce in it, and you go, let yourself close your eyes. Like that scene from Ratatouille. Let yourself enjoy the taste and the sensation of eating the food. If you're watching something that is really funny, let yourself laugh. If you are watching something that's sad, let yourself cry. If you're doing something that, let yourself be immersed in all your senses and everything that you do, because it's so temporary. Learn to live with the bad ones. Well, kind of have to have bad days to have good ones. So like you can't really escape them. You just have to. For me, when I have bad days, it literally just teaches me patience, like actual patience. And I'm like, okay, like I feel like shit, this is horrible, but it's temporary. And I used to have to tell myself that a lot more than I do now for me to get to this place, like, and have a lot of self-control to be patient and like not go out and do stupid shit. But now I'm a lot better with it. Number 6, what's meant for you will always be there. If you try to get things that are not meant for you, they won't stick. Nothing will stick that's not meant for you. If it's meant for you, it will be there. And that's always changing. Number 7, the only thing that actually exists is the present moment. Yeah, this sounds all like mumbo, but like I felt very connected to these words when I was writing them. There's no past, there's no future, there's literally just you existing in this body in this moment, in this moment, in this moment, and it's moving forward every moment. And you can't stop it, you can't slow it down, you're just kind of there. And whatever happened in the past is in the past, you know? People just hold shit against you, but when you find people who don't, then you realize how little the past actually matters. And the future, again, doesn't exist. I could fucking climb on my roof right now and jump off of it if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to. And that would completely alter my future. Or I could go to bed right now and wake up and feel good and have a good day tomorrow. That will completely change my future. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. 8, we are alchemists. You channel one thing. I mean, probably I meant feeling to make another. If you feel angry, that's just, or like irritable or any of that, that's just energy you're feeling. And if you want to, you know what I mean, work through it and pass through it and not have to feel it, just what I tell myself in my head, but I have to feel it, you know, I can't avoid it, but you have to just go through it and immerse yourself in something else that either takes your mind off of it, or if it's physical, like go, like get it out. Like I sometimes go on runs if I'm really, really angry and I have all this energy, just find a way to release it, find a way to channel it into something else, whether it's physical, spiritual, like emotional, artistic, athletic, whatever. Find a way to channel it so that it doesn't stay and linger, because it's temporary. Emotions are temporary. Number 9, don't neglect your senses. I noticed in the last year or so how much more sensitive I am than other people to the fact that there's so many fucking cars outside and noise and all that stuff. So I literally always have headphones and I need to have them on because I literally start feeling nauseous when there's a lot of sound around me and I can't do it. And on top of just hearing, smell, I use perfume now and I can smell myself throughout the day and it feels really good. What you see, obviously, your environment where you spend most of your time in, which is in your control, like my room, I like to make it look the way I want it to look, so my eyes are in a place that they like to look at. Something with your touch and things like have good materials, have good like soaps, anything, lotion, whatever, like have good things for your touch and just make your senses feel good. That's basically what that means, as much as you can. Number 10, every single thing exists as a vibration. Every object, like this pen, me, my hair, this notebook, food, air, everything's a vibration. There's no good or bad, there's just vibration. And yeah. 11, lean into what you are naturally inclined to do. This one is a doozy because you can spend all your fucking whatever life, what's my purpose, what's my this, what's my that. You know exactly what you are naturally inclined to doing. Maybe it's not, you don't know specifically what, but you know what you, what's it called? What you see that others don't. And that's exactly what I wrote for the next one, number 12, which is notice and love the things you see that others don't. You have your own brain, you have your own perspective, your brain is kind of tuned to your own vibration that doesn't exist in other people. You are your own person, you are your own collection of experiences that have tuned you to the certain vibration that you are in now. And you see, I will bet good money that every single person can see at least one thing that other people don't really see. And you might not be able to explain it, because I sure as hell, I don't think I can explain most of the things that I see and like picture and catch on to, because it's so like instantaneous and it's so like beyond me. Like I don't think I could put it to words, but I know I notice things differently than other people do. And love those things. They make you you. Acknowledge that they're there. Number 13 I have is to forgive people. I think this is something that I've gotten a lot better at, but a lot of people around me struggle with, especially at my age and as you're growing up, is to forgive people, because people make mistakes, you know, and it's important to feel hurt, and it's important to go through the emotions and everything that you feel toward the person and how they treated you or what they did or didn't do. But at the end of the day, however many months, years, whatever it takes you, you have to learn not just to live with it, but to forgive them. You know, people fuck up. That's life. And we all carry shit from other people, and we all inflict conflicts, you know what I mean? It's not one person's fault. We are all in this big moving world that is always affecting itself in different ways. So love thy neighbor. Number 14, live as if you have what you want / who you want to be. You need to believe it before it can happen. You know, if you're in your head and you're like, I can't get a girlfriend, I can't get a boyfriend, I can't skydive, I can't get a good grade on this fucking assignment, guess what? You're not gonna get a good grade on it, because you're already in that fucking space, which I was talking about earlier, is that your perspective is your entire life. You're in that space already where you have a different results. You have a result of failing your assignment. You know, you have a result of being too scared and not skydiving. I don't know why I use those examples, but you're already living that reality. So if you switch your brain to being like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this, you will overcome any obstacle that comes your way, because you won't see it as an obstacle. You'll just see it as something you have to do to get to where you want to be, if that makes sense. I think once I started seeing things like that, it became a quintillion times easier for me to actually get where I want to be and do what I want to do, when you have a direct, like for me, it's like I'm looking exactly at the thing that I want to get, or like the person I want to be. I see it like in front of me, and I'm like, okay, how do I get into it? How do I become that? And like, I have to, whatever. I forgot what I was saying or where I was going with that, but I hope that made sense. Number 15 is listen and observe. I think this is a big one too. I don't see a lot of people doing, at least where I live and where I hang out, but you will learn so much about your environment, the people, the culture, patterns, behaviors, even yourself. You know what I mean? Because we all reflect each other. When you just sit and watch people interact, watch people argue, watch people, you know what I mean? Like, wherever you are, just watch people. If you go to a park, watch the people there. If you're at school, watch the people there. I personally watch a lot of people at school and how they sit, how they talk, how they move. Not consciously, but it's just like I do it. And honestly, it shows me how different I am from people, or how alike I am with people. And I think it's a good thing to have, a good skill, especially if you don't know what to do with yourself, or like, let's say you're in your head a lot. Just to get myself out of my head, I literally just like look at things around me or people around me, and I'm like, wow. And it kind of makes you realize how much bigger things are than just what's in your head. Number 16, eat good. Changes your life. Yes, it does. If your stomach is happy, you're happy. I'm sure everybody heard that before, but you eat a good meal, I think I'm set for like half the day. Like, I'm happy. And I'm thinking about like my favorite meals right now. My water is boiling. I gotta go soon, and make the food, but you're gonna be happy so much more if you eat good food. Number 17, have fun. Have as much fun of it before you die. Yeah, that's it. I'm 17 years old now. These are the big things that I've come to know and integrate in my life. I think I wanted to share it with you, but I'm really fucking tired right now. Happy birthday to me. It was a few days ago. Have a good night. Peace.